Good day everyone, I am Mer for Toledo and our topic is all about indicators for drug testing, reasonable suspicion. So there are a lot of questions that hinders in our mind about drugs. So in this area, we will know and discover how can we know if someone is in drug use or not. What is drug test and what is it used for? When is drug test should occur and what is reasonable suspicion drug test? So without further ado, let us answer and discover those questions. According to the research, there are indicators or identifiers of a drug user. So in being aware of the signs and symptoms of employee drug and alcohol abuse helps employers create a certified drug-free workplace. That was according to DPEE on 2022. So he also added that drug test is performed through urinalysis, blood test, and saliva test. Urinalysis is still a popular method for drug testing and is performed more often than the majority of other types of drug tests. And in blood tests are the most rigorous method of drug testing. So consequently, they are also the most accurate. However, due to the fact that they are more expensive than other types of drug testing, they are not used nearly as often. So in saliva test, swab test and saliva test can still provide reliable results if done properly and within reasonable amount of time following the drug usage. So what is drug test and what is it used for? According to the National Library of Medicine on 2022, a drug test looks for signs of one or more illegal or prescription drugs in a sample of urine, blood, saliva, your hair, or your sweat. So the purpose of a drug test is to look for drug use and misuse, which includes the using of any illegal drugs such as cocaine or the club drugs. So misusing prescription medicines, which means taking prescription medicines in a different way or in a different purpose than your provider prescribed. Like for instance, drug misuse including using the prescription pain reliever to relax or taking someone else's prescription. They take those drugs even if it is not their prescriptions from the healthcare professionals. So in drug testing, it is used to find out whether you have been using or misusing one or more drugs, but it cannot diagnose a drug use disorder or drug addiction. Next is a drug test may be used for different purposes, including the employment, sports, drug treatment, legal evidences, and monitoring misuse of prescription drugs. So drug testing in sports or extracurricular activities is common in today's school systems, but the problem between drug abuse and students goes further than extracurriculars. It would be beneficial for school also to drug test the students at the beginning of each school year, with some followed by the random testing throughout the year, and that was according to the study of Budish Ruth et al. On 2021. They are from On-Demand Occupational Medicine team. So the school is supposed to be the safest place. That is why drug testing in school should be done. So when is drug testing should occur? So according to Swab Jane on 2017, drug testing should be done pre-employment to avoid hiring individuals with drug use dependency. This dependency should shown to have negative effects at the workplace. So there are many reasons why drug testing should be done in a workplace. First is to maintain the productivity for employee and customers protections, to deter also the drug use and rehabilitate employees, and also to help the community. And so, in maintaining the productivity, drugs may affect your work performance or your job performance, your vision, including your memory, which makes it difficult for you to complete tasks and remember important details of your work. And that was according to Suken on 2022. You may be prone to procrastinating, and this results to a delay in even the simple tasks that you are assigned to. So therefore, you won't be as productive as the time when you are a subber. And also for the employee and customer protection. Imagine if that person operating heavy machine in the company or working for transporting your goods is habituated to consume drugs or alcohol. He is under the influence of alcohol and drugs. There are high chances of them losing their alertness. So if you are in that situation, and also if I am in that situation, I would not agree. So this can result also in the malfunctioning of those operations, and the consequences can be life-threatening, threatening both to your consumers and the employees, based on the study of the 24/7 on-site group on 2020. And also to deter drug use and rehabilitate employees, according to the National Credit and Screening Admins, or the NCS. That was on 2018. And the effective drug testing programs can help also to deter drug use among those employees. So testing can help to identify those who may need employee assistance or rehabilitation services. And also to help the community. If you are an employee that being influenced by a drug, the people surround you might be affected. That is why drug testing is very important for everyone. Next is, what does the result means? So if a drug test results is negative, it means that either the drugs that we were tested were not found in the sample, or maybe a very small number of drugs were found but not enough to be a positive test results for drugs. And if a drug test result is positive, it means that one or more drugs were found in amounts that suggest drug use or misuse. And also, positive test requires follow-up testing because they may be wrong, or what we call false positive. The follow-up test is usually a test that provides more accurate results. And according to Anderson Lian on 2022, drug testing is the evaluation of urine, blood, or another type of biological sample to determine if the subject has been using the drug or drug in question. She also added that the drug testing is often done when applying for employment, especially for positions that may involve federal transportation, airlines, industries and pilots, bus drivers, truckers drivers, railways, hospitals, and other workplaces where public safety is of the utmost importance. So there is a question I have found on the internet, and that is if it is possible to conduct drug testing in a school. So for me, there's nothing wrong when conducting drug testing in school, because it will possibly give, or surely it will give the students a benefit, and it will help the students who take drugs for their enjoyment and entertainment and become their addictions. So it will help them. And also, according to the NIDA 2020, or the National Institute on Drug Abuse, drug testing is possible, and the primary purpose of drug testing in school is not to punish the students who use illicit drugs, but to prevent future illicit drug use, and to help also the students who are already using became drug-free. So if a student tests positive for drugs, schools can respond to the individual situations, and also the result may be confidential. So what is the reasonable suspicion drug test? So it is a type of testing program employers use when they find evidence or make observations indicating that that employee is under the influence of drug or alcohol at work. Maybe their actions, through their movements, and etc. It is different from a random testing because it is only performed when a manager or another employee has made direct observations of an employee's unusual behavior, symptoms or substance use, or possessions of marijuana, alcohol, or other drugs in the workplace or inside the work. Based on the study of Piazza Lisa Nagel on 2020, in a workplace, the workers are tested when they show signs of intoxications, such as slurred speech and uncoordinated movements, and that is the time that he or she needs a drug testing. And for further information and research, here are the links that I use, and you can use it also. And that is all. And we will proceed to the next speaker.